This is from Dogs by Nature. Forecast for the Browns offense in week 3 against the Giants. Number one, clean up the operation. Reduce the number of penalties. Browns have the most penalties in the NFL. Watson to build on last week's performance. 3, Conklin and/or Wills to get some live reps at tackle and get Amari Cooper back on track. The two of those that I am most concerned about are you got to get rid of the penalties. They have 24 penalties. It's 5 more than the Steelers, who are in second with 19. And Cooper, for this offense to be effective, Amari Cooper's got to play like Amari Cooper. Doesn't have to do anything other than what Amari Cooper's done here the past couple of years.
Yeah, and the penalties are interesting, right? Because if you look at the most penalized teams in the NFL, it's Pittsburgh, it's Baltimore, and it's Cleveland. 3 teams that you would not associate with bad coaching, which is usually what you associate with a high penalty number with. I think this has a lot to do with the illegal shift stuff that they're doing, right? These teams like to get a little creative with what they do offensively, and the league is just randomly throwing these illegal procedure penalties, and I don't know what the rhyme or reason or the emphasis of it is for. So I think that's part of why the penalty numbers have been so high. But you do want to reduce the holding calls, like the stuff like the personal foul stuff where Deontay Foreman gets a face mask. That's not stuff you worry about being replicated, right? The only thing that you're worried about being replicatable is like the holding penalties at the end of the game. I feel like that had a lot to do with just that Florida humidity getting to some of the older guys on the offensive line, and they started holding on, and the refs decided to call it. So I hope the penalties don't show itself in week 3, but I don't anticipate that the penalties will show itself at that high of a level in week 3. I think the Browns will be able to shore some things up. Now, as far as the legal procedure stuff, I don't know. The motion stuff, it's getting weird with what the NFL decides to call, not call. I hope they sent out a memo and got these teams on track here because it's been happening league wide. But yeah, that's the one thing you want to see get improved here. Also, we talked about it with Watson. It was a step in the right direction, his week 2 performance. But just because you take one step in the right direction, Dave, don't mean you quit walking. Got to keep walking, right? Got to keep moving. A lot of times we say that's a step in the right direction. And a lot of people go, okay, cool. I'm good. And they stop moving. No, you got to keep walking, keep making strides in the right direction for that one step in the right direction to mean anything. If you're Deshaun Watson, you want to see him get a little bit higher than 5.5 yards per target. You want to see him get that ball downfield just a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive. Not too aggressive, right? You're not going to have to do that to win this game, but be a little bit more aggressive. And you want to see Amari Cooper get going. And part of Amari Cooper getting going is getting that ball downfield.
Yeah, I'm with you. The one thing I want to see too, no turnovers. That was a clean game. And earlier in the week, we had a stat. Kevin Stefanski is 15-2 as the Browns head coach when they do not turn the ball over. It's not winning the battle when they just don't turn it over. They're 15-2 under Kevin Stefanski.